Hello everyone, how are you all? You must be fit and healthy. So here I am, Miss Pratiksha Singh, delivering your lecture number 8 on third chapter of first unit, that is oscillations. Right? In previous videos we have been completed our two chapters, that is compound pendulum and center of mass, and in this video we have been completing our remaining part of the third chapter, that is oscillations. So remaining part is damped harmonic oscillator. In earlier videos, we have discussed about simple harmonic motion. An oscillator which is performing simple harmonic motion has constant amplitude, right? Once it starts oscillating, it goes on oscillating indefinitely. We call that particular objects like a free oscillator or undamped oscillator. But in practice, when we observe vibrating simple pendulum or tuning fork, we find that amplitude does not remain constant, right? It decays with time. Ultimately, the oscillation stops, and this is due to the effect of frictional forces or damping forces which dissipate the energy of the motion. So when this dissipation force are taken into account, the motion is said to be damped oscillatory motion. Okay, a damped oscillator which stops oscillating eventually. The frictional force or that resistive force depends on the velocity of the oscillating particle. So here we will assume that resistive force is proportional to velocity of the particle, and this assumption holds good for low resistance and small value of the velocity of particle. So basically, if amplitude of oscillation of the oscillator does not remain constant but decay with the time, that time the oscillator is said to be damped harmonic oscillator. A guitar string stops oscillating a few seconds after being plucked. You know this example very well, right? To keep a child happy on swing, you must keep pushing him, right? Although we can often make friction and other non-conservative forces which are negligibly small, but completely undamped motion is rare. So in fact, we may even want to damp oscillations such as with car shock absorbers, right? So what exactly damped harmonic oscillator is? It is the if amplitude of the oscillation of a particular oscillator or particular object, if its amplitude does not remain constant, it decays with time, it decreases with gradually with time. So such a time or such an object, that oscillator is said to be damped harmonic oscillator. So if you gradually increase the amount of damping in a system, the period and frequency being to be affected, because damping opposes and hence slows the back and forth motion. Because of the damping force, the motion being down, or we can say the velocity is going to be decreased. So the net force is smaller in both the direction. If there is very large damping, the system does not even oscillate. Right? Damping force is like a resistive force. So it just resists the oscillation, and due to that resistance, the system is, or we can say the period of that oscillation or frequency of the oscillation is being down or being decreases, right? So if there is very large damping, system does not even oscillate, it slowly moves towards equilibrium only and shows the displacement of harmonic oscillator for different amounts of damping. So I hope you must get the point what exactly damped harmonic oscillator is. If the amplitude of the oscillation of any oscillator does not remain constant but decays with time, gradually decreases with time, such a time the oscillator is said to be damped harmonic oscillator. And the damping is due to the effect of friction, right? Because of friction, that resistance happens, that arises due to the resistance of the medium or internal forces. So any kind of frictional force opposes the motion. It acts opposite to the velocity of the particle, and even its magnitude is also depends on the velocity. As more the velocity, more the frictional force acting on particle, right? So and as less the velocity, less the frictional force will be there, less the damping force will be there, and the motion will be slowly decrease, right? So this is how in damped harmonic oscillator happens. Let us see what exactly the characteristics of damped harmonic oscillators. It have no non-conservative forces that dissipate their energy, right? Critical damping returns the system to equilibrium as fast as possible without overshooting. We will see what is critical damping in next slide. An underdamped system will oscillate through the equilibrium position, and overdamped system moves more slowly towards equilibrium than one that it is critically damped. So if you see in the last 3 points, there are three types of the damping oscillations are given here. The three types like critical damping, underdamping, overdamping. We will see in next slide what exactly these three types are. See here the three types: underdamping, overdamping, and critical damping. So the difference between these three is, if when the damping constant is B, it is so high that time 1 upon 2t is less than omega 0. Yes, 1 upon 2t is what? T is the time constant, and omega 0 is the angular velocity, right? So when 1 upon 2t is very small than the omega 0, that time under damping situation happens, and here the damping is very small. If you see in diagram, the graph is slowly decreases with the time. Yes, just observe the graph of that under damping. The amplitude, that is, we can say it is symbolized as capital A. That amplitude is not constant but decays exponentially with time. It slowly decreases with time, right? So here 1 upon 2t is less than omega 0, and the frequency of the damped oscillation is less than the frequency of free oscillation of any oscillator, and underdamping gives rise to damped harmonic oscillatory motion, right? So this is about underdamping. Then second is overdamping. Here is exactly opposite to underdamping, right? Here when damping constant B is so high, 1 upon 2t is greater than omega 0, right? Here beta is, that is a oscillatory factor, that beta is real and it is less than 1 upon 2t. But what is the main point is 1 upon 2t is greater than, very much greater than omega 0. So you can see in a graph, as the time passes, the oscillator gradually comes to rest, even, right? It comes to rest position, stationary position, with its amplitude decreasing exponentially with time, from time particularly any in seconds to 0, or we can say in the rest position, that object comes from time to 0. Okay, this is about overdamping. This is exactly opposite to underdamping. Then in last, that is critical damping. Here beta, that is the factor, is tends to 0. If the damping is such that 1 upon 2t is practically equal to omega 0, right? Here 1 upon 2t is equal to omega 0, then beta also tends to 0. So when an oscillator is critically damped, this situation is called as critical damping. Okay. So when oscillator is critically damped, it returns to its equilibrium position in shortest time without overshooting. Here the oscillator comes in equilibrium position easily, or we can say in shortest time. it not requires much time to come in rest position or to come in equilibrium position, right? So this is called as critical damping. I hope you must get what exactly under damping, over damping and critical damping is. Okay. See here, in underdamping, the condition in which the damping of an oscillator causes it to return as quickly as possible to its equilibrium position without oscillating back and forth about this position. This is critical damping that we have seen in third diagram. You can see the third graph, that how an oscillator comes in equilibrium position in shortest time without overshooting. Okay, and second, that is over damping. It is a condition in which damping of an oscillator causes it to return the equilibrium without oscillating. Here oscillator moves more slowly toward equilibrium than in critical damping. Okay, you can see or you can observe in second graph how over damping occurs, right? It is exactly opposite to under damping. So here, as time passes, the oscillator gradually comes to rest with its amplitude decreasing exponentially with time to 0. Then in third, that is underdamping, it is the condition in which damping of an oscillator causes it to return to the equilibrium with the amplitude gradually decreasing to 0, right? System returns to equilibrium faster but overshoots. As in critical damping there is no overshooting, but in underdamping there is overshooting, that the particle overshoots and crosses the equilibrium position one or more time, right? So this is all about the three types of damping oscillations. So I hope you must get our today's point, that is damped harmonic oscillator, then what is damping motion, and there are three types, that is underdamping, overdamping and critical damping. So here we have been completed our third chapter, that is oscillation, and we have also completed our total unit first of the physics paper 1. So write all these three chapters in your notebook. I will send you these three PPTs as well, and from the PDF of textbook soft copy as well as the reference book, I will put up this on your Google Classroom. So go there and read these concepts. If there is any doubt, then contact me. Till then, thank you and bye bye.